to run a company. I just wish Edward was right here more. I know he'd help ease out my stress in the office.
I'm sorry I got home late. I had a busy day at work.
I can tell you that I had a very important meeting today, Edward. Look at how handsome you look in your suit.
I'm a handsome man, Ariel. If not, how would I have won your heart?
Oh, baby, come and have your seat.
Babe, I love you so much that I can't imagine living without you in my life. Ariel, you complete the person in me.
I love you too, Ed, baby. But what if something happens and you leave me?
I promise you nothing will come between us. Just promise me that you stand by me no matter what.
I will always stand by you and I will never leave your side. Edward, where are you going to? Baby, you promised me. You promised not to leave me. You promised, Edward.
In office here downtown. If mom hears of this, she will conclude the business owner doesn't know what is good.
Everyone has a reason for something, and I believe the business has its reasons to be here. You know, downtown also has money.
I'm just surprised to see a large company like this here. But you know, I've thought about expanding our territory here. But mom always says here isn't suitable for business.
Ms. Rita spent a lot of money on this company. Just look at the building structure. It is the first of its kind here in downtown, and I don't think there is any business uptown close to it.
Yes, that's true. She has really spent a lot of money on this company. I must agree. She must be really wealthy, as you say.
Trust me to give you only legit information that you can trust.
Hello, you're welcome. How may I help you?
Elijah, what a surprise to see you here. Let me guess, you are the PA?
Yes, I am. Do you have any issues with that Edward?
We are here to see your boss. She scheduled a meeting for us today. I'm sure you can see it there on your laptop.
What is the name?
Mr. Edward.
Well, I'm sorry, but the boss isn't around at the moment. You have to reschedule another meeting, I guess.
Isn't she coming back anytime soon? She was the one who chose the time.
She's a very busy woman. Anything can come up at any time. She doesn't sit still in her office waiting for people.
We will wait for her. I'm sure she will be back soon.
You can wait if you want to, but I did not ask you to wait.
I'm sorry about that, Edward. Elijah has been a pain in my ass to me whenever I visit here.
Why didn't you mention it to me that you work here? Why?
I wanted to come around and do some work, and I didn't see you this morning before you left for work, else I'd have gone with you.
You could have just called that they bring your laptop home. You know you should not be here. Who is watching over the baby?
I know that, but don't work yourself up. The baby is in good hands. Mom's at home.
Still, I don't want you going around. I want you at home so that you can bond more with Junior.
Sure, I know that, but if you had not left for work so early without a goodbye, I could have told you what I need from the office.
You don't need to come here. You could have easily called.
I don't want to be a housewife, Frank. I want to work in the office like my mom and Jess.
I know, but right now you are on a 4-month leave as you've just had the baby.
You're funny, baby. Well, I better get going home. I know Junior is missing me already.
I love you, darling, and give a kiss to Junior for me.
What are you doing here? I thought I said I did not want to see anyone today.
I'm Edward.
Thank you, Mr. Edward, but I was not talking to you but to my staff. Why do these uptown people think they can walk into my office and talk to me the way they like?
I'm sorry, ma, but we have scheduled a meeting today. I came over to see you yesterday.
I'm sorry, Mr. Edward, but right now I can't see you. Maybe we can talk about this some other time.
Ma, you said you'd be free today.
I'm sorry, Austin, but I'm very busy right now.
I'm sure you heard her well. She's busy. You can fill out this form to make another appointment with her.
Is there any other way you can help us to talk to her? Please, Elijah.
No, there's no way I can help you with that. The only thing I can do is to fix a meeting within the week.
Okay, I will appreciate it if you can do that for us, because we need to see her.
I will see what I can do for you, but nothing is promised. If you excuse me, I have something that needs my attention. Thank you for coming. I will call you once she is ready to see you. Bye-bye.
That lady was so rude to us. Didn't you say we have an appointment with her?
We did, Edward, but I'm sorry on how things turned out today. I'm sorry.
It's okay, but she's a really rude lady. She reminds me a lot of Sophie Potter.
That's so true. Businesswomen with their high and mighty shoulders. But I don't think Miss Rita is like that. She wasn't this way yesterday.
I think she acted this way to us because she knows we want something from her, not her wanting something from us.
There's no way she could have guessed that, because I presented you as a great influential man that you are.
Business people are smart, very smart, and they can tell when you need them.
You understand the word of running a business better than me. But on Elijah's part, he was so rude to you and you let him.
I noticed that too, but I am not even worried about him. He is the least of my worries.
I know too. He has always been giving me attitude as well. But he's an employee in the company, so I'll have to always meet him whenever I come here.
Well, let's hope he's able to fix an appointment with us, with his boss.
That is very unlikely to happen, most especially now that he and Diane are no longer in talking terms, thanks to you.
She's a married woman. She shouldn't have an issue with that. How would he feel if someone was hitting on his wife? See, let's go back to the office.
Can't it anymore.
What attitude am I giving you, Sophie? You're the one who is giving me a cold shoulder in this house, all because I don't agree to what you want.
You are clipping my wings, Williams. You're not allowing me to do what I want to do with my life, my own life.
If you are talking about furthering your education, I already gave you a stand about it, and it's a no, and nothing is going to change the decision of mine.
But you don't even have any reason to do this. Like, how does furthering my education affect you in any way? I suggested having it online. You seized all my laptops.
Sophie, I don't have time for this. Tell me something. Is there anything you need that I don't try my best to provide for you?
Williams, I need moral support. I need you to support me to achieve my dreams. But if you can't support me, then what are we doing together as a couple? How can you say you care about me and you can't support me?
We have already discussed this. I don't know why you are bringing it up again.
That is because I'm not okay with your response. And if you're not ready to support me, then maybe I'm going to just leave.
You're not serious about this statement.
Do I look like someone that jokes about things like this? Love is about care, support, and all-round development. You can't say you love me and not want me to grow.
I am stepping out of this house, Sophie. I think it's best we talk about this later. You're already getting pissed off and I can see it in your eyes.
I hope you have a change of heart on everything before you come back home. Because I can't continue living like this. No, I can't.
Where have you been, Isabel? You went out since and you left Junior all alone at home.
He was not alone. His nanny is around before I stepped out for a little stroll, as I've been indoors since morning. I wanted to take a stroll.
Well, I'm not against you taking strolls, but leaving Junior by himself is a big no.
I just told you he was not alone, Frank. His nanny was here.
I didn't see anyone around when I got home. I walked to him crying in his cot.
I didn't know that. Oh my baby, so sorry, Junior. I'm going to fire that nanny. What's wrong with her? How could she leave my son to be crying?
True, I support that taking care of a child requires time and you need to be around almost every time.
I'm always around and I'm doing my best to take good care of him, or am I not?
You are a baby and I know that you are a good mother and I'm sorry for always talking all the time. It's just that I know baby loves attention.
Well, I'm surprised you are lecturing me about babies when I should be the one doing so.
I did some little reading on babies and that's why I know these little things. And stop making jest of me. I'm trying my best to be a good dad.
You can win Father of the Year, Frank.
You're not serious. I need to go and rest. I'm so tired. I had a stressful day at the office.
So sorry about that, but serves you right since you stopped me from helping out in the office. Do all the jobs by yourself, Daddy.
That's not fair, Isabel. Let me go and shower so I can come down for dinner.
How am I going to get the company out of this mess? Everything is just exhausting. And mom expects me to still send Diane's siblings money. But if we keep doing this, we are going to be bankrupt in 2 months' time. Plus, I haven't heard from Frank. What am I going to do about this? No bank is ready to lend us money anymore. And news about the company suffering financially can't go to the public. If only I could meet with a new investor that is willing to buy 50% of the share from the company, only then can this mess pass. But who is willing to even risk buying 50% share value after going through the book?
Hello, Mr. Edward the Great. I have heard so much about you.
Mrs. Rita, what a surprise to see you. I wasn't expecting you to come over. You could have called and I would have come over to see you.
I am aware of that, but I needed to come here in person to apologize for how the first meeting went. I had a stressful morning that day.
No, you don't need to apologize. I understand how demanding it is to run a company and also setting up a meeting a day after meeting with my assistant.
Well, it was not even about that. I was in an off mood that day. I was angry over something different and I put my anger on you when you did nothing wrong to me.
I understand. It is not easy running a big business like yours. And once in a while, people do things that put you at edge.
That is true. I appreciate your understanding. Let me introduce myself to you formally. I am Rita Berlin from France and London.
I'm Edward Edwards.
Why Edwards, Edward? Are you related to the family of the great King Edward of London? You know I met with him twice while running my business.
Yes, I am. You must have met my grandfather then.
So when you came a few days ago, you said you wanted to discuss some business with me.
Yes, I hear from some sources that you are looking for some places to invest in. And I said to myself that I would like you to be an investor in my company.
I see, not bad. That's something I'll think about. After all, I've heard so many good things about you, most especially from Austin, your assistant.
Don't mind him. However, I'm curious. Why did you choose to build your company downtown and not here?
My family was never this rich, and there was this guy I loved, but I couldn't be with him because I was poor.
Okay, so that motivated you or what?
Let's just say it is in my dream to also give the poor in the society an opportunity to be wealthy. And in my hometown, the setting is not like here. The gap between the rich and the poor is not as visible as here.
Okay, I understand. So that is why you built your company here.
Yes, and also to drive more investments and infrastructure there. Before you know it, downtown and uptown will be alike.
I'm impressed. It is a beautiful idea and goal. People downtown must be grateful to you, cause not everyone thinks like this, most especially people from uptown.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but this came in, sir.
There is no name on this. Who brought it here?
I don't know who sent it here, but the box was addressed to you, sir.
You don't need to be scared, Edward. The box is from me and it is a gift offering to show you I am sorry for how I treated you the other day. I will ask my assistant to contact you about when next we can meet and talk better.
Why did she write my name as Ed on the gift? This reminds me so much of Ariel.
Should I ask the maid to bring you your dinner, ma?
No, Diane, I'm not going to eat this night. I am full from my outing. Today was fun. You know, one of these days, we should go out together. I'm sure we will both love it.
That is true. I am sure it is going to be fun.
Let me know anytime you're ready. Where is Edward? Isn't he back home?
No, he's not yet home, but I'm sure he's on his way back.
Why would he stay this late in the office? It's unlike him. He usually closes early.
I'm sure he's late because he has some unfinished stuff to clear in the office. And Mom, you know how Edward can be. But lately, he's been working late.
It's the office. At times, one will have to work late to meet up, but don't worry, it will only be for a short while.
Mom, have you spoken to Edward about the money for my siblings?
Yes, I've spoken to him about it. I'm sure he will send the money to your siblings soon. He's just doing some account balancing.
Thank you, Ma. But Mom, I hope there's no issue at the company.
Of course not. Why would you say so?
It's just that I noticed Edward has been thinking more about the company than usual and is always working.
It's nothing really, darling. And you don't need to worry about any of this. Everything is fine in the company.
Look at how handsome you are going to be, my chubby cute son, mommy's little baby. Guess who's calling, Junior? Hello, Sophie. How are you doing?
I'm tired of Williams. Isabel, I don't think I can take this anymore.
Why are you crying? Did Williams do anything to you?
Isabel, Williams is different to me. I don't like his attitude and how he treats me. He doesn't want me to further my education and he's behaving badly towards me.
Stop crying and calm down, okay? Maybe he's going through some rough personal issues and that's why he's acting different.
I am tired already, Isabel. I think I'll just leave him and just come back home. I'm tired of this place.
Come back home? No, that's not a good idea. I'm sure Will be heartbroken if you do that. Why don't you just calm down first and talk to him?
I've tried to talk to him calmly, but he doesn't want to see reasons. I want to go back to school. I want to work. But why is it so hard for him to just support me? Why?
I'm sure he will support you, but leaving him is not a good idea at all. I'm sure Mom will be happy about it.
I spoke to her about him not wanting me to go back to school. She promised she was going to talk to him, but nothing has changed. I feel caged here.
Sophie, I know you are strong, so don't give up on Williams. I'm sure he will come around. Don't just make any harsh decision.
Okay, I'll try to talk to him about it again. Because honestly, I'm tired of how he behaves.
Okay, sis, you're going to be fine, okay? Make sure you take care of yourself. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
I'm surprised you still decided to go and see Edward in the office after saying you don't want to see him, ma.
I wanted him to know what it feels like to be helpless when you think you found help.
I see, but ma, are you still willing to go ahead in doing business with him?
Sure, I will. How else will I get close to him if I don't? He needs my money and I sense his business is going through some issues.
You can easily walk into his office and tell him who you are. It will be so easy to convince him. That way, you get your man back.
If I do that, it spoils all the fun and I wouldn't know if he still loves me like he promised he would.
Okay, but just be careful, ma. Because if he needs your money, he can be willing to do anything to have it.
I will. Don't worry about me. But Elijah, you left out some vital information when you were telling me about Edward and Diane's relationship.
I didn't miss out anything, ma. I gave you all the whole information.
I guess you forgot to tell me that Diane is pregnant for Edward, or are you not aware?
Pregnant? No, Diana isn't pregnant for Edward. There's no way I will miss that.
What makes you so sure that she's not pregnant? And look at how plain your face is.
How did you know that she's pregnant? How have you met her?
Well, her husband mentioned that he needed to go home early to his pregnant wife when we were having our meeting, and I knew that she was having his baby, or maybe your baby.
You don't even bother to check on your daughter and grandson anymore.
You know that is not true, darling. But don't be angry at mom. How have you been? And how is Frank and Junior?
We're all doing fine, Mom, and I can see you are fine as well.
Have you resumed back to the office?
No, Mom, Frank doesn't want me to resume work. He wants me to spend time at home with Junior. So I'm home all day long.
He is right. Spending more time with Junior will help you to bond well with him.
Well, Sophie called me. She's not happy, Mom, and made mention of her coming back home.
Coming back home? Why would she think of doing that?
The same thing I said to her, Mom. But she and William are fighting, and I think it would be best to interfere now. Cause if she comes back, she'll want to take back her baby.
Don't worry yourself about that. I will talk to William.
William should have supported her when she said she wanted to further her education. This is the whole genesis of the problem. Why can't he just support her?
The last time I spoke to her, she was telling me Williams was against the idea of her furthering her studies. But I spoke to Williams about it.
Whatever you said to him did not work because she complained about his new attitude and that she's tired of Williams and the marriage.
I will talk to her. She can't leave her husband's house. No.
Mom, better talk to her and Williams. They should both settle their issues because I don't want to lose Junior. Sophie shouldn't even come back home.
Stop worrying yourself. Go and bring my grandchild for me. I miss him so much.
How can Diane be pregnant and not even bother to inform me of her pregnancy? I can bet that the pregnancy is mine. Or is he trying to hide it from me? Or is this all part of the plan? Because I don't understand anything that's going on right now.
I will get pregnant for Edward and then I will file for divorce. I'm sure the Edwards will pay me a huge sum of money for having this child. We can then use this money to take care of my siblings and to also sort out my life.
Diane must be working with the plan. I know she's very smart. And here I was thinking she has forgotten all about me.
Edward hasn't changed. He is still the caring man he is. I laugh at the thoughts of him saying to me, "Can we continue this meeting another time? I need to go home to my pregnant wife." How I wish the accident did not happen. I and Edward would have left this town successfully, and I would have been on his side and also pregnant for him, not Diane. He looked so shocked when he got the gift. I know he must think Ariel was somewhere around the office. I'm glad my plans are working, but the day I yearn to see is the day I'll tell him I am Ariel. I wonder what he will do that day.
Jeez, Elijah, what are you doing here? Are you out of your mind?
What does it look like I'm doing to you, Mrs. Edwards? I believe this is an eatery and it's public for everyone to eat and drink, so far they have the money to pay.
Elijah, why don't you ever listen to me? Please, you know what? Look for another table to sit. Please, I beg of you.
I am sitting here today and let me tell you, I have the money to be here and to buy whatever I want. I might even pay for your meal at the end of the day.
Elijah, please, I can't be seen with you. Do you know that people will start talking and this could get to the ear of my husband like the last time I came over to your house? Do you know how much trouble I got into?
I don't know what you're talking about, Diane, but that's not the reason. I'm here in the first place. I'm curious, why didn't you tell me you are pregnant?
Excuse me, where did you get that information from?
I can see you are surprised. Well, I came to tell you that I know about the pregnancy.
Pregnancy? What pregnancy are you talking about? I am not pregnant, Elijah. Where did you hear such news from?
You can play games all you like. I know you are pregnant, and we both know that this pregnancy does not belong to your husband, but to me.
I don't know who feeds you with all these lies about me being pregnant, but you know what? Even if I am, the baby belongs to my husband and not you.
We both know that is a lie, but I am not arguing with you. Once you have the child, I will request a DNA.
You will do no such thing. Why are you even doing this? Elijah, just move on with your life. Please move on.
Is this all part of the plan, Diane? Cause right now, I'm confused by your actions.
I told you already, there is no longer a plan. I am done with all of this. You are my past and you stay there in my past.
Diane, this baby is my baby. And I don't like the idea of my baby staying outside my vicinity. I want you back to my life.
Elijah, if I'm pregnant, I can bet you that the baby isn't yours but Edward's.
We can put it to a test. I hope you know even with your pregnant stage, you can find out the paternity of the baby.
I think I've spent enough time here. I need to go home since you want to stay here and eat. Make sure you order enough plates, Elijah.
You're running away, right? But I promise you that you'll be back and we will definitely have the conversation again.
How did Elijah know that I'm pregnant? How did he find out? Who could have told him about this information? My stomach isn't even big